Dear friends, this is Venkat here. I welcome you to the Let's Learn It short and simple series. And today uh, I'm going to explain the difference between Kanban and Scrum, the two popular methodologies under Agile. Today, I'm going to talk about that. One of the very common question people ask is the difference between Scrum and Kanban. So basically, if you see both Kanban and Scrum, it focuses on releasing software yearly and often, and both requires very highly collaborative and self-managing teams. Because one of the very important pre-requirement for agile methodology is the team needs to be highly self-organized. The team and both these methodologies expects the team to be collaborative and self-organized. And however, there are some basic important differences exist between these two methodologies, and these are all some of the key difference. If you see in Kanban, there are no prescribed roles. There are no prescribed roles. Like, we don't have a person called Scrum Master or Product Owner and things like that. Whereas in Scrum, we should have, a dedicated, role called Scrum Master, Product Owner, and the team. And remember, these are all dedicated full-time roles. And in Kanban, the delivery used to be continuous. As soon as my particular task is completed, I release that to the customer. Whereas in Scrum, it is time boxed. So every sprint, typically the duration varies from 2 to 4 weeks. So it is time boxed. You can release only at the end of 2 weeks, or the 4 weeks, depending on the sprint duration. And the third important, the difference is in Kanban, you can make changes at any point of time. For example, you're working on a particular task or particular, user story. And if customer says, I think I don't want, or, you can just drop and pick up the next important thing from the backlog. Whereas in Scrum, once you agree and establish a sprint goal, changes are not allowed in the mid of the sprint until unless if something a exceptional situation warrants. And from the metrics point of view, in Kanban, what we measure is a cycle time. What is cycle time? The time a particular task, the average time a particular task has taken to move from to do to done, and it is the average measure. Whereas in Scrum, what we measure is velocity, and velocity is the team's, the ability, how many story points they can complete in a particular sprint. And in Kanban and Scrum, both are pull system. It doesn't, it expects people to, pull the task from the, backlog. No one is going to assign it. But the difference is in Kanban, it is a single batch flow, which means we will have a work in progress limit. Once you pick up a particular task, you cannot pick up the other one until unless you complete, and move to done. Whereas in Scrum, basically the work is pulled, through the system in batches from your backlog. And the last, important difference is Kanban is primarily recommended for uh, repetitive and production support kind of work, where you have a set of tickets and the team needs to they pick up and they complete. It's more of routine, repetitive task. And Scrum is more appropriate when you're when the scope of work involves full life cycle development. And these are all some of the key differences. With that, I am ending this session, and thanks for watching, and look forward for other videos. And if you like it, please do share with your friends and colleagues, and I'll meet you soon with another topic. Thank you. Bye.